Hello, and welcome to Corks and Cauldron, where two friends uncork a bottle, cast a few spells, and dive deep into fantasy books and theories. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jen. Quick disclaimer, this is an adult podcast about adult books. So expect some spicy language, spicy content, and spicy spoilers.
We promise the spicy content is coming. It hasn't
Maybe.
happened so far, but
It
it's
will.
coming, yeah. So now, let's pour a drink, grab a snack, and get started. Today we're covering chapters 24 through 29 of Gild from the Plated Prisoner series. And Jen, what did you bring the snack on?
Glazed lemonies.
I'm so excited. I love these.
So these are like a brownie, but instead of a brownie, we use lemons. And it's
So good.
really like when I take this to any kind of picnic or event, it's one of the things that goes the fastest.
Well, yeah, because I always steal the whole plate.
Well, I mean, even when you're not there, if I take it to a family gathering or something, everybody loves it.
First off, family gatherings without me, rude. Secondly, making lemonies and not for me, rude.
Oh, okay.
Thirdly, yeah, they're delicious. I love them so much.
And they're really easy to make. So it really is a lot like a brownie recipe. So you've got, of course, butter, sugar, eggs. Instead of cocoa powder, you're using lemon juice and lemon zest. And if you are extra, like me, you make your own lemon extract. And then you put a little bit of that in there too.
Hmm.
And then, of course, you put a glaze on top of it. And that glaze is just powdered sugar, lemon juice, lemon zest, and again, lemon extract because I like it tart.
So the theme of this dessert is lemon.
Lemon, lemon. But it's really good and it's super easy to make. It's like a one bowl, one pan thing.
I love it.
So mix all the ingredients into one bowl and then dump it into an 8x8 pan and bake it just like you would brownies. Cook it until it's a little bit golden. The edges are starting to brown and the middle feels like it's set. So if you like open it and it jiggles, you are not done yet. You can even do the toothpick test, which works too. And, you bake it, you put the glaze on it when it's done and it's starting to cool. And then you cut it up. If you're like me, you take the 8x8 pan and cut it into like 32 pieces. So you've got the little 2-bite things
Mm-hmm.
because more than like 2 bites of this for some people is a little too much.
So good, but it is tart.
It is tart.
Yeah.
But what are we drinking with it?
We are drinking a lemon basil martini with it. So we got the lemon vibe, but we got a little bit of basil to kind of like tone it down a little bit, give it a little herby vibe.
Nice.
It has 2 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of fresh lemon juice, ½ ounce of simple syrup, 3 to 4 fresh basil leaves, and you can garnish with a lemon twist or garnish with a basil leaf. So, and then our mocktail for our dry friends or our sober friends is just a lemon cream soda. So sticking with the label or with the lemon vibe. 2 ounces of fresh lemon juice, 1 ounce of vanilla syrup, 3 ounces of sparkling water. And if you want it like a creamier texture, you can add 1 ounce of cream. And then you garnish with a lemon wheel or a zest.
Yum.
Oh, all right. Jen, what mythology? What are we learning about today?
Okay, so we are going to get introduced to another animal today. And it's a scary animal and it's really pretty.
Scary and pretty?
Yes. It's
like me in the
called
morning?
Yes. It's called the fire claw. In chapter 25, they are described as snowy felines that are at least 10 feet tall with hooked fangs that dip down past their lower jaw. Think saber-toothed tiger.
Mm-hmm. That's how I picture them.
It describes it as the ends are shaped like shovels of their fangs. And those are used to scrape snow and ice. And they have glowing flames that lick around their paws. And in the description, some of the fire claws had all 4 paws lit, and some only had 1. So I'm wondering if they can control it themselves.
I was just going to ask, do you think it's a control thing or do you think it's a different level of power thing?
Oh, it could be a power level thing too.
Yeah. So like some of the weaker ones can only use one claw,
Or maybe the younger ones.
or maybe the younger ones. They wouldn't have grown into their power yet.
But they're really pretty. You can see a picture of what someone thinks they look like at Art in Character on Instagram. We will link it for you.
She does a really cool job on it. Or they do, I guess. I'm
Yeah.
assuming. But yeah, they do a really good job.
And these beasts, their job is to pull the snow ships for the Red Raids. So since we're going to talk about that, let's talk about the ships too. I'm not sure how anybody else was picturing this, but based on the way that they describe how they're gliding in the snow with the fire claws pulling them, I'm picturing like a flat bottom barge kind of ship so that it glides pretty easy. And I'm not talking something like a giant like Carnival cruise ship or anything like that. I'm talking about something that's probably about 130 feet long, maybe 20 feet wide. That should fit approximately 250 people and a couple tons of cargo, like 150 to 250 tons of cargo. Yes, I Googled all of this. It did come from a D&D manual. It is what it is, guys, but D&D has pirates, and they are well thought out.
I kind of pictured like the old school river boats almost, where it's a little bit more shallow.
Like the paddle boat ones that are
not
shallow?
quite the paddle boat ones, but yeah, still the really shallow, broad boats. So, because I'm picturing like, yeah, it snows a ton, but you probably don't want it super deep. So you're going to want it wider. So it sits on top of the snow more, right? You have more of a surface area. Yeah, and just shallow. Well, they have to store the horses, they have to store the saddles, they have to store all the gold that they pilfered. So,
yeah. And they were super efficient, by the way.
Yeah, they were. It's like they'd done it once or twice.
Right? I also wondered if they have runners that kind of look like skis on them. Maybe on the smaller ones, not on the big one.
I just don't see it.
There are two. There's one. We know in this set of chapters, there's going to be one big ship and at least two smaller ones, because one of them is they load the horses into a smaller one. And I think that they put the gold in another smaller one.
I think so.
But that's what we were talking about, or at least that's what I wanted to discuss today before we started our recap, unless you have something more.
No, did you want to talk about like how many fire claws per boat?
Oh, I was thinking, so because the one is so big, the large one, I was thinking that the team, we're going to call it a team of fire claws, would probably be anywhere from 6 to 8. Because even though they're big animals, that's a big boat ship.
Yeah.
So at least 8, I think.
8 just feels like so many.
Yeah, but when you see a dog sled, it's got like 8 or 10.
Yeah, they're small dogs.
Yeah, but it's a big ship.
I was thinking like, I think the horses, I think the most I've ever seen on a horse carriage is 6 in hand, I think. I never really got into driving horses, so I don't really know.
But they're still not pulling as big of a thing as this.
But in theory, these cats are bigger and stronger. They don't need to.
True.
Oh, Conestoga wagons were pulled by 6 to 8 horses or a dozen oxen.
So 8 to 10.
8, okay,
6
fine.
to 8.
I'll give you
6 to 8.
I'll give you 6 to 8.
Okay. And then I think for the smaller ones, probably maybe 4. Because you want them 2 together. You don't want to have them separate, like 3. It's not like Rudolph leading the other
reindeer. Right. You're going to want them together. And like you're also going to want similar sized ones together because you want their strides to match. You don't want one with a huge long stride and one with little bitty legs together.
So no German Shepherd dachshunds?
Nope. Right, although a dachshund could totally take a German Shepherd. Just ask them. All right. Are we ready for the recap?
Yeah, let's go for the recap.
Okay. We're starting with chapter 24. Orin wakes up. Woo! She has not been down very long because when she wakes up, it's pure chaos outside. She hears fighting. She hears screaming. She hears clanging of weapons. It's noisy. At first, she wants to stay hidden. Remember, she's been in a cage for the past 10 years. She's not used to all of this chaos going around. But she remembers her friends are out there. Sail's out there. The other guards are out there. The saddles are out there. And so she braves it. She decides that she's going to take a peek out and see what's going on, which was the worst idea she could have done, because then she sees a pirate climbing onto the carriage coming after her.
He would have found her anyway, though.
Probably, more than likely, but we do have to acknowledge that she has some terrible luck in this book. So she pops open the door or the window, pops her head out, sees the pirate, and is like, oh snap, bad idea, and tries to scramble back into the carriage. Closes the door, and the pirate was like, that's cute. Grabs her by the arms and just hauls her out of the carriage. Before she can even react, he yanks her hood off, exposing her gilded skin. He thinks she is painted gold. This pirate is not the smartest. He's convinced it's a painted person. As the pirates continue to strip the carriages of their valuables, Oren spots Sail, being hauled away by his own pirates. Sail manages to apologize to her, like it's his fault or something, even though we know it's not. Right? We're hoping it's not, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
As if he could have done anything to stop this mess. Sail's taking a lot of responsibility. It was his job to protect Oren, and he failed in his eyes. Oren reassures him that it's not his fault, although the guilt weighs heavily on both of them. All the while, Oren's ribbons stay wrapped around her, tense but restrained, mirroring her inner conflict. The power is there, but she's holding it back. Chapter 25. Oren and Sail are dragged over the hill to a horrifying sight. 3 massive pirate ships are sitting in the snowdrifts, pulled by the fire claws. These are big kitties. Not friendlies. The chaos below is overwhelming. The carriages are stripped, horses are being loaded into ships, and guards are either lying around dead or brutally beaten. One person is still missing. Digby. Oren's looking around and cannot find Digby. Her worry deepens as she scans the scene, and there's no sign of her steadfast protector. Separated by Sail, Oren is forced to join the other saddles. As she watches, Sail is being beaten, and she hears Polly sobbing beside her. Polly's dress is shredded to the point where she's basically naked. She's exposed in these elements, and Oren's anger flares. She quietly offers Polly her coat, which is, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I would offer Polly my coat if I was Oren.
But Oren's nice.
Oren is much nicer than I am. So Oren gives Polly her coat, buttons her up, and starts talking to Polly. Oren asks Polly, what does she think is going to happen? What are the pirates going to do? Oren's sheltered. She's naive. She doesn't know what to expect. Polly has a grim response. They're going to use us up and sell us if we're lucky. And that shakes Oren to her core. For the first time, Oren begins to regret leaving her cage, realizing just how dangerous the outside world truly is. This whole time, Sail never stops looking at Oren, silently reassuring her, calling out, it's okay, it's going to be okay, even though they both know that the odds are stacked against them. Oren also holds his gaze, refusing to look away, until a pirate captain arrives. Stomping out of his ship, his presence shifts the chaos into tense, ominous calm, setting the stage for what's to come. Chapter 26. The pirate captain inspects his loot with the smugness of a man who thinks he's hit the jackpot. His right-hand pirate, Quarter, brags about the haul. Gold everywhere, from the guards' boots to the carriages to the 12 saddles. Everything is gold. Everything is gilded. The captain, however, takes a look at these women and is like, these are not common whores. They're dressed too well. They're too clean. These are not just common whores, which is a terrible word. I hate saying it. These, he declares, are royal saddles. The pirates cheer. They know they got a good loot. They know that they are raking in the money. And some gross comments about, quote, riding royal saddles tonight are tossed around. Ugh, so gross. The captain walks down the line of the saddles, sizing up each saddle individually, eventually landing on Polly. Polly hates being looked at like this, starts shaking, is terrified. The captain rips off her coat, leaving her exposed to the cold and humiliation. Polly can't handle this, and she screams and ultimately collapses. The pirates just let her fall. No one tries to catch her. Just let her collapse.
Rude.
I know. Now it's Oren's turn. She's at the very end of the line. The pirate captain finally gets her, Captain Fane. At first, the captain almost walks past her, just another whore. You know, nothing special. But then something catches his eye. He calls for a light and leans in, the torch dangerously close to her face, and Oren stares back. unflinching. And that's when the realization hits him. She's not painted. She's actually gold. He grabs her wrist and bellows, "We've got Midas's gilded whore." Ugh. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that.
You don't like her nickname?
I like her nickname later on in the books.
Fair.
Do not like her nickname here. And with that dramatic announcement, Oren's secret is out, and the stakes have never been higher. Every pirate now knows exactly who she is and exactly how much she's worth. Mm-hmm. Chapter 27. The captain's dramatic announcement, I'm not saying it again, is met with a moment of stunned silence, quickly followed by cheers from the pirates. Because who wouldn't be thrilled to have the ultimate trophy in their clutches? Oren, the ever-quick thinker, tries to negotiate her way out. She appeals to the captain's greed, promising that Midas will pay a hefty ransom for her and the guards. But the captain's a crafty bastard, and he knows that he can get more money from her, not from Midas, but by selling her on the market. Why settle for Midas's money when he can auction her off to the highest bidder for an even bigger payday? And the other saddles? He doesn't care. He casually divides them up as a, quote, reward to his pirates for the hard work that they just did. Ugh. Throw the whole captain in a snowbag. I hate him. The situation goes from bad to worse as the captain starts groping at Oren, acting like she's already his property. Technically, she kind of is at this point.
Yeah.
I guess.
Is that the
but
possession
then,
is 9/10 of the law thing?
People aren't possessions, but whatever. So he's groping Oren. Sail is pissed. Sail does not like this. He yells as he's stripped naked in the snow. Well, he's not naked, but he's in his boxers. In the snow, kneeling, people, like all the pirates around him. He yells at Captain Fane, quote, "Don't fucking touch her," with all the fury and the protective energy that we've come to love him for. Sail's defiance is powerful but also dangerous. The captain, predictably, doesn't take kindly to being called out. He gets in Sail's face and makes vile threats about what he plans to do to Oren. I am not going to detail them. Like, reading them was hard enough.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go into them. This whole time, he's completely degrading Sail, dropping snow on him, detailing his plans, and just being an
gross.
Absolute menace. Yeah. Until eventually, the captain stabs Sail right in the heart. And just like that, Sail, the one bright spot in Oren's harrowing journey so far, is taken from her in a single brutal moment. Oren screams. She fights. She crawls through the snow towards Sail, desperate to reach him. This was her first real friend, the first person who saw her as a person and not just as Midas's trophy. And now he's gone. The chapter ends with Oren consumed by grief and shock, her world shattering yet again. Chapter 28. These are rough chapters. Yeah. Oren is completely shattered, sobbing over Sail's body until the pirates haul her away. She tries to hold herself together, but she sees them kicking Sail's body, and she snaps, fighting and screaming. Quarter, Captain Fane's second in command, shuts her up by shoving a filthy sock or filthy rag or something in her mouth and throwing her onto the ship's deck. Risa, ever nice Risa, I guess I'll call her, ever polite?
Sure.
Risa offers her a hand up, but Mist, another saddle that we have never really met before, elbows Oren, making it clear that the saddles are not on her side. Mist accuses Oren of being the reason for their capture, her anger fueled by the special treatment that Oren received on the journey. Mist is convinced, that Midas will save Oren, but abandon all of the rest of the saddles. Risa, trying to rally the saddles, but Oren is left out, completely isolated. Again. Or still, depending on how you want to look at it. Oren walks away, not going to pick this fight. She walks away, goes to the edge of the boat, and looks over, trying to look for Sail, just trying to find his body one last time. Eventually, she looks up, and Oren spots Sail's body tied to the front of the ship, as a grotesque figurehead. The pirates laugh, quote, "Our ship finally has a sail," and the cruelty of it all leaves Oren completely devastated. It's a horrifying, isolating moment that pushes Oren closer to her breaking point. Chapter 29. The Red Raid's ships are chaotic as they prepare to move. This is a well-oiled machine. All the pirates know their job, they know how to get the ships going, they know how to pilfer and leave really quickly. So Oren's focus, though, is locked on one thing. She wants to free Sail's body from the grotesque display. This is her friend, and how dare people treat him like that? Despite the dark, despite the wind, and the danger, she walks straight towards Captain Fane, where Sail's body is at. And no one stops her, which is just, it's a testament to how little these pirates think of these women. They've just ignored all the other saddles. They're just left alone on this boat. Oren's ribbons rise, ready to act, but not against the captain. She just wants to get Sail free. Her ribbons slice through the ropes. They try to untie. When the untying doesn't work, her ribbons actually end up slicing through the ropes. But as she's working, a pirate tries to intervene, only to be slashed by her ribbons. She actually ends up cutting this pirate with her ribbons. Captain Fane grabs her, spinning her around, but her ribbons keep going. Finally, Sail's body falls, landing on her and knocking her off balance. Oren fights through exhaustion, dragging Sail's body to the edge of the ship, and no one helps her. Eventually, she keeps going, defying Captain Fane's cruel taunts. And with one last effort, she hoists Sail overboard, watching as he lands in the snow below. Fane, Captain Fane, is furious and grabs Oren's ribbons and crushes them into his fist, leaving her in agony. He sneers at her and accusing her of wanting to jump with Sail. She says she wants to give Sail peace, and Fane can no longer disrespect his body. To which Fane replies, quote, "Fine, then I suppose I'll just disrespect yours." Ugh. What a gross way to end the chapter.
But a good recap. You did good.
Let's dive deep into these gross chapters.
All right. In chapter 24, when Oren's first waking up, she kind of wakes up to the sound of fighting outside. But what actually wakes her up is she's dreaming about a sun that she can no longer feel on her body, which is kind of a hint to her being Fae.
Missed that one.
And her ribbons are actually just brushing her face, trying to wake her up.
Gently wake her up.
Kind of cool. When she fully wakes up, though, her head is spinning from the crash and it hurts. And she really thinks about staying hidden. And then she's like, I need to know what happened to Sail. Whereas Digby, what is going on? I gotta know.
Yep.
So she kind of climbs up and pushes. I'm guessing it's the door.
I think it's the door.
It's not like you're gonna, what is it, gopher? Where you pop your head up?
Through the window.
No,
yeah.
it.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think because the carriage is on its side.
Yes.
And so she has to stand up and like. Yep.
So you'd have to push it open.
Mm-hmm.
Or push it up to look out.
Yep.
And we know she's not that strong, so she probably can't actually push the whole thing open. But she can push it up enough to peek out.
Yep.
And that's when she gets caught.
Yep. So the pirate that caught her, literally grabs her by the arms and just hauls her through that door. Yep. There was no escape for her. And as soon as he hauls her through that door, he just tosses her onto the snow super casually. You're out, now you're over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because our girl has literally the worst luck I've ever met in anyone, she lands on a rock, like, that was buried under the snow. Yeah. There's no concern for her as a person during all of this. She's just another prize to be claimed.
Yeah. And then he pops her hood off and is like, oh my God, dudes, somebody painted this one.
Look, she's painted gold.
So he's super smart, or has never heard of Midas's gilded pet.
But hasn't everybody heard of her?
Well, yeah.
Isn't that the whole thing?
Oh, yeah.
But can you imagine just thinking that someone would willingly spend hours painting their body a metallic paint just to be extra?
So we do find this out in later books.
True.
That there is an area in the Second Kingdom where Orin was for a time, where they do paint the women.
Yeah.
Because of Orin.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, and we also know that Midas, well, I don't think it's explicitly spelled out, but we can assume that Midas had a decoy that was painted
yes.
ahead of time.
Well, he does say it. It
Does
does
he?
say
Okay.
it, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's that. So,
But
I
if
guess,
you were
okay,
painted, it would have kind of rubbed off.
you would think during the hustle
Yeah.
or the tussle.
But while this is all going on, Orin's searching for Sale. She's trying so hard to find him. And when she does spot him, she sees that he's being dragged away by a couple of pirates. And it's just rough. They've got him stripped down to his skivvies. Basically, they've taken his armor and his shoes and
anything gold.
everything
They've stripped him.
gold.
Yeah.
Which means he's probably got on like pants and a shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
maybe,
that's it.
And that's it. And he's such a good guy. He's like, it's okay. Everything's okay.
Everything's going to be fine.
Everything's going to be fine. And the sailor that had her just kind of tosses her over to one of the other guys so that he and the rest of their crew can take apart that golden carriage.
Or at least pry off all the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's happening.
Sale and Orin are officially separated now.
Yeah.
Like they're no longer walking side by side. They are shoved into different areas, but they can still see each other.
And Orin's got her ribbons still. Well, of course, because they're attached to her, they are hers. But they're wrapped around her, kind of like protecting her.
Yeah. She has not let anyone know that she can control those ribbons. At this point, I don't think they realize that the ribbons are her.
No.
I think they just think it's part of her dress or something. But I do think that's kind of a point to us readers that she's always been told to hide what she is too. So I think that was just instinctual on her part.
Yeah. Well, and I know this is a spoiler for people that haven't really read too much into this, but if you're a fae, chances are good you're going to get killed because there was a war between the fae and the Orions. And it did not end well.
Never does.
So we will get more into that in, 4 for sure, but 3.
Yeah. I think 3 we touch on it.
In 3, yeah. So it's because it's going to have a lot to do with the Seventh Kingdom, which we've discussed. We discussed that at the beginning of episode 2.
Yep. For a quick reminder, the Seventh Kingdom is even colder and more desolate than the Sixth Kingdom.
And abandoned right now.
Yeah. As far as anyone knows, there really is no Seventh Kingdom, honestly. It's just an abandoned kingdom.
Yeah, it's destroyed.
But anyway, back to these. Sale and Orin are hauled up a hill. And once they get to the top of the hill, where you can see everything, us Nebraskans don't know what it's like to be able to see everything because all we have are planes. Okay, Orin and Sale are hauled up a hill and they look down over the hill. And that's when they see 3 enormous pirate ships perched in snowdrifts, and they're all being pulled by fire claws. I do not think we get a final count on the number of fire claws.
No, it just says that there's a lot of them.
Yeah. And which just tells us, because this is all Orin's point of view, she probably was not counting them. Just, oh my God, there's these huge beasts and there's a lot of them.
Yeah. And again, those are giant kitty cats. That some people think are terrifying. I think they would be fun.
They have giant teeth with shovels and fire claws.
And take it to Starbucks and make it a sweater.
I don't think you can take it to Starbucks. I don't think it will fit in my car.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right, fine. You could get Starbucks to go. Anyway, it's a terrifying image for Orin. Yeah. And there's just chaos everywhere. You've got these kitty cats with the fur that's on fire. That's not really, the fur's not on fire, but they've got fire on their feet. There's guards. There are guards laying dead in the snow.
Or beaten.
So she focuses on the one thing she can, finding Digby. And then staring at Sale because Sale is keeping her grounded.
Well, and in Orin's experience, Digby's always been around. and has always managed to save her. So I don't blame her for frantically looking for the king killer at this point.
Yeah. But it just kind of is rough for her. She doesn't like it. She's getting pulled over with the other saddles, and they put her right next to Polly at the end of the line, and Polly is just sitting there crying. They have taken her dress and basically torn the bust of it out.
Yep.
So her chest is just hanging out. And Oren is really offended by this.
Well, it's rude. Like, you did not need to do that. Yeah.
So, and Polly's sitting there shivering.
And
even though
crying.
Polly treats her like shit, Oren takes off her coat and starts putting it on Polly, who freaks the fuck out and is like, why are you touching me? And then realizes who she is.
Yeah.
And still says, why are you touching me? But Oren puts her coat on her and buttons it up for her so that she's warm.
Oren is a much better person than I am.
Okay, probably me too.
I don't know what I would do in this situation. I know we could talk hypotheticals. I truly don't know what I would do in this situation. I do know that I am a weather weenie and probably would not willingly give up my coat.
I don't think I would want to either.
Yeah.
But it just shows how kind Oren is.
It does. Yeah, and she's holding on to that humanity.
Yeah.
You know.
And then she makes a mistake of asking Polly what she thinks is going to happen.
I don't know why Oren keeps trying with Polly. I don't get it. But they do try to talk, and Polly doesn't sugarcoat it. Polly doesn't sugarcoat anything, but especially with Oren.
Yeah.
Polly is convinced that the pirates are going to use them until they're basically husks of people and then sell them if they're lucky. Which is so gross to think about. And for Oren especially, it's a crushing moment. It's the reality that maybe the world isn't as great as she was thinking it was. You know, being outside of the cave or the cage was not the best idea she's ever had. I think she's kind of missing the cage at this point. Yeah, for the first time, she regrets leaving the cage.
I mean, wouldn't you? A little. Just a little.
I don't blame her at all. I would definitely be like, this was not my best idea.
Yeah.
Throughout all of this, Sale has his eyes on Oren. Sale is trying to do what he can to fulfill his promise of protecting her, of watching her. He never stops looking at Oren, and despite his own pain, his gaze stays locked on hers, silently trying to reassure her. They do eventually talk to each other, and it's always, it's okay. It's going to be okay. And Oren knows that he's lying. He can't promise anything. They're both lying to each other.
Yeah.
But it's that white lie that you do.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
What else are you supposed to do in that situation?
Yeah, nothing. You power through.
Yeah. Oren finds strength in that connection. What little she can, it kind of grounds her. Yeah. Which is, I think, what Sale was trying to do in the very limited way he could.
Yeah. And then we get to meet
Captain Fuckface.
And we know he's the captain because all of the pirates are wearing white gear. All of their gear is white, except for their balaclava, which is red.
Bright red.
Because he's extra, he comes down wearing a red pirate hat. Think the three-pointed one with a black feather.
This man has a flair for the dramatics.
He really does. Oh, I don't know if we pointed this out either. The ships are also white. I'm guessing they're made of birch. Because it's kind of a white wood, isn't it? Or maybe white oak.
It's a fantasy land. Maybe it's just a white tree.
Fine, it's a white tree.
Or maybe it's painted white and they just have to do maintenance on it.
I don't feel like pirates would do maintenance that well. So I think that the wood had to have been white.
That was awfully piratist of you.
Thank you. You'll understand why when you get to the galley.
Fair. All right, that's fair. All right, so Captain Fuckface, I mean Fane, shows up.
Yep.
And he stomps out of the ship and immediately commands attention. Everyone kind of settles down, waiting for his orders. Like before this, all this chaos is going on, right? Carriages were being stripped, guards were being beaten up, saddles were being herded together. And now the captain comes out and everything's kind of settled. And they're just waiting for the next steps.
And he's asking his second in command, whose name is Quarter, which, by the way, I think is actually a job title, as in quartermaster. I feel like it's a nickname that he just ended up with.
Oh, like Tiny or
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Quarter and Fane are talking.
Yeah, and they're talking about what they found. And he's like, oh, look, we found saddles, and all the gold has been stripped down. By the way, the horses are already on a ship. Here are the saddles. And the captain starts looking at them and looking at the way they're dressed. And he realizes that these aren't just any run-of-the-mill saddle. These are the royal saddles.
Yep.
And they're very excited about this.
Well, it's a guaranteed payday for them.
Right.
And I don't know how to say this without also sounding piratist. But I don't feel like pirates pay for the high-quality saddles.
Oh, I'm sure not.
Yeah, I'm sure that their typical saddles are a little more common.
Most people wouldn't get the chance to be with a royal saddle.
True. They're royal saddles for a reason.
Yeah. So the fact that they've got royal saddles is very exciting to captain and crew. And he does decide that because the guys have been so fantastical and so super efficient, well done, gentlemen, instead of having a pizza party this year, I'm going to let you guys each take a turn on one of the saddles.
Just divvy up the saddles.
Yeah.
Between all the men.
Just hand them around. It's fine.
I'm sure. Okay. I hate talking about people like this, but I'm sure like you could probably get more on the flesh market from a royal saddle than you could with a regular saddle too. So like there's that part of it. There's a lot of layers to it, and I feel gross talking about it. So we do have to keep going.
We do have to keep going, but we don't have to keep going in that line. So as the captain is walking down the line, he gets to Polly, and
Polly is not handling this well.
She does not handle this well. She's been a royal saddle her entire adult career.
Yeah, sure.
He is trying to see the goods and rips open her coat,
breaking all the buttons. BT dubs, like
which are probably
ripping.
Gold, by the way.
Probably. Yeah. So you're just leaving gold buttons around, but whatever.
And he's like, look at me. And she's so scared and she's shaking and her eyes are closed.
She's crying.
And Quarter grabs her and pulls her hair until she opens her eyes. I am okay sometimes reading a little bit of the spicier side of spice, but when it's not consensual, it bothers me.
Yeah. This was a hard read.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Quarter says something like, when the captain tells you to look at him, you're going to look at him.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. The whole crew goes on some tirade about training them, breaking them in.
Yeah.
And it's so gross.
And she passes out. She faints.
She's probably hyperventilating because she's so scared.
Yeah. So then, of course, he moves over to Oren.
No one catches her falling either. I just want to harp on that for a minute.
Go ahead.
Polly faints and everyone just kind of watches her fall. Like, I get that they're just saddles or whatever, but like, wouldn't you want to protect? I can't even say protect your investment because they didn't really invest in her. They just stole her.
But even the other saddles don't help her.
I know.
Which is kind of telling, too.
Because Polly's a fucking bitch. I'm not saying that she deserved any of this, but she is a bitch.
Yeah, but we find out later that she is Reese's best friend.
Well, that's because Risa didn't have much of a choice. It's like trauma bonding.
So then the captain moves on to Oren, and he's looking at her. He pulls her hood off, and he's staring, and he's like, somebody bring me a torch.
Something seems off.
And they bring him a torch, and he's looking at her, and he grabs her arm, and he licks her wrist.
Yep.
To see if the paint comes off.
It's so gross. Could you imagine if you got kidnapped, like you survived this carriage crash,
yeah,
and then you're herded to a line, and then a gross man licks you? What would you do?
She already thinks he's old. I think she finds out right before this that he's actually younger than she thought he was.
Like closer to her age, because he pulls off
he's in his 30s.
His mask, and then she's like, oh, you are not old. You're just gross. Yeah,
because his teeth, he has missing teeth, and the wood that they use for the ships are his teeth, like George Washington.
Got a big earring, I pictured it like a gauge almost.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I pictured a gauge.
Yep, but it's got a spike through it that looks like it's been wood soaked in blood. Yeah,
and he's gross.
He's so gross,
but he's
gonna get grosser.
Oh yeah, he will. Yeah, but he does figure out that she is who she is,
not just painted like the dumb one thought.
Pet, which he says, we've got Midas's gilded whore.
Ugh.
So Oren's secret is no longer a secret. She can't be anonymous. She's the prize, the ultimate prize.
Which changes everything. Yeah. Not just for the pirates, but for Oren too. Like, honestly, now she kind of has some gambling power or some leverage to help her, in theory. Yeah. Which she does try to do.
Yeah, she does. These chapters are rough.
This book is rough. All of this book is rough.
Yeah.
But it's rough because of the situations that Oren gets into.
Yeah. And chapter 27 is where it gets really rough for me. But this is kind of where we see the difference between Oren being treated as an item and Oren wanting to be strong. And people to see her as herself.
I agree.
And she kind of is struggling to figure out how to combine the two to be herself.
Which honestly,
her true self.
In my early 20s, same.
Yeah.
Like, granted, I didn't have to outrun pirates and I was not a saddle or gold. But yeah, my early 20s, I was trying to figure out who I was and who I wanted to be and how to get there. So,
although if your hair was gold, you'd have a nicer house.
You think? In this economy, though?
On to the gut punch that is chapter 27.
So Captain Bane screams out into the world that we have Midas's golden pet. I can't force myself to say it.
It's okay.
I can't.
And everybody's so excited.
Everybody cheers, which is gross. Super gross.
And this is where Oren offers, tells him that Midas will pay.
Midas will pay almost anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. For my safety, my guard safety. Just return me.
Just return us all.
But Captain Bane is a capitalist, so he doesn't even consider it. He's after the biggest payday. And in his mind, Oren's value lies the most in selling her to the highest bidder. He doesn't even consider reaching out to Midas. It's just he tells Quarter to let people know, get the word out that we have Oren. And it's just so gross.
I really want to know what he sends in the Hawks.
I know.
Because I'm sure he sends
something gross.
Multiple. So then the captain decides to get a little bit more physical. And he's
to
groping Oren and just touching her. And he wants to rip open, I think, her bodice. And Sail
does not like that.
Loving, wonderful Sail yells out to him, "Don't fucking touch her."
Just like that. Which is why we love Sail. But honestly, Sail, in this moment, shut up. But like Oren, while she's being groped, just feels so powerless.
Yeah.
Like she's been a royal saddle her entire adult life. She has had to deal with this, but it hasn't been for a while. She's been so protected for the past 10 years. So this is just another reminder to her that, like, God, maybe the cage wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
Is the freedom worth it? If this is what the world is like.
Yeah. And the captain is less than impressed with Sail, of course.
Yeah, the captain does not feel like the way we feel about Sail.
Yeah. The captain at first is like, who said this? And one of the other pirates points him out. Well, actually kicks him
Sure.
forward.
Yeah.
And so the captain is kneeling down, level, right into his face, and starts talking shit. And while he's talking shit, he's gathering up like this big pile of snow, and he drops it on Sail's head.
One after another.
Yeah.
After he's going through this whole speech about what he plans to do to Orin that I refuse to talk about in detail because it is disgusting.
It's definitely, yeah. And finally he says, it doesn't really matter though for you, because while I'm doing all of this,
You'll be dead.
you'll be dead. And then he stabs him in the heart.
It stabbed me in the heart to read that. That means Orin's first real friend is dead.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
I would never leave the cage again. Put me back in there. I would never leave again.
I promise it's okay.
Orin
Minus this part.
screams.
Yeah.
This is her friend. The one person who knew her and didn't have any expectations of her and saw her intentions as a good thing and not as a mistake. And she tries to crawl to Sail. She does crawl to Sail. She screams. She crawls over the snow, over the ice to his body. And that's just a reflection on her deep connection with him, right?
Mm-hmm. And she does get his head in her lap, and she gets to see him as he's dying.
And she lies to him. It's okay.
Says it's okay.
It's okay. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
As she's sobbing, as he's dying.
Yeah.
That was really hard to read.
It was, but it was an important.
It was. It was important for Orin.
It's a turning point. Y'all, this is water.
And vodka. Don't let her lie to you.
No, there's nothing but water in this. Nothing.
I don't want to say it needed to happen. I think for the plot it needed to happen. Yeah. But I hate that Sail had to be sacrificed. I liked Sail. So we have the loss of Sail, and we have Captain Fane.
Yes.
All at once.
Yep.
And that is... How is Orin going to handle this? Is she going to break? Is something going to snap in her?
And with Digby gone.
Mm-hmm. She's on her own. The saddles won't help her. The saddles don't like her.
Yeah. Which we're going to find out
next chapter.
In a minute. Yeah.
Is this the chapter where she screams?
She does scream, and the nice gentleman, Mr. Corder, is nice enough to give her something to stop it. He shoves a dirty rag down her throat, and she almost chokes on it.
The lingering question is whether this moment will break her completely or ignite something within her that even the pirates won't see coming.
I mean, there's a couple things they definitely don't see coming.
Fair.
Yeah.
So, Sail's dead. Orin held his head, lied to him, and he nodded on his last breath like he agreed to her. Oh, God. I just got done reading Kingdom of Ash, too, so I'm just a mess. Like, anytime something remotely sad happens, I'm just in tears.
If you haven't read Throne of Glass...
Oh, my God. You should read it. Tears every time. I've read it like 7 times, and I still cry. It's great. Everyone should read it. Okay.
When the pirates are disrespecting Sail, that's when she starts screaming.
Mm-hmm. They're kicking his body. They're just absolutely disrespecting his body. It's bad enough that they killed him, and then just to add that on top of it.
Yep. And she's screaming, and Corder shoves a filthy rag in her mouth. She almost chokes on it. He's pushing her up the plank
to get onto the
ramp to get up the ship. And he pushes her so hard that she falls down.
She has to do Does she catch herself or do her ribbons catch her?
No, her ribbons don't move yet.
Okay.
So she falls down and she rips the rag out because she almost chokes on it. And Risa offers to help her up.
Risa's very pragmatic. Risa's looking out for Risa. And if everyone getting along is going to be the best, that's what Risa wants to do.
Yeah. And there's strength in numbers.
100%. Everyone unionize. Don't let Amazon tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Risa pulls Orin up and missed another saddle. Just pulls a Polly, I guess is what I'll call it, and shoves into Orin, elbows her.
And this is the first time we see the ribbons react.
True. That is
because
true.
Her ribbons push Mist down.
Orin's pissed. Orin is holding on by a thread after everything that's happening. And so with Mist shoving her, her ribbons react to her emotions. Yeah. Yep, they shove Mist down, and Mist bounces back up ready to fight. We were about to see a girl fight to end all girl fights. But good old Risa had to step in and ruin it and be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Do you not know where we're at? We all need to get along. Yeah.
And this is where I wonder how much training they got to be royal saddles. Because Risa's she's like, we've trained. We know how to work a room. Come on.
If they want us to work, we'll work.
If they want us to work, we'll work. We know how to do this, which is something that Orin never got. Even back before Midas had her, she was basically tossed in a room and people just had their way with her.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, her training was non-existent.
Her training was lay back and just take it.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much actual, like,
courtroom training,
courtly,
manners,
how to
seduce.
Not manipulate a person, but
seduce
keep them under kind of control.
Yeah.
So, we're going to see that in later chapters, Risa using some of those charms that she has.
But is that Risa's personality? Like, did Risa just learn that by just learning it?
I think she was taught part of it.
I don't know, because like Polly is not.
But Polly's a fucking idiot. And Mist is a bitch.
They're both bitchy.
So
we don't get a ton about Mist's personality that's positive. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Mist has she has a reason to be frustrated and jealous, bitter.
I think she's like, the reason this is taking us so long is because we have to work around your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody knows about the fact that she gilds things. But, we don't travel as far because we have to worry about how you're working. We're traveling slower because your dumb fucking ass
insists on riding a horse
carriage and is riding a horse instead, which is slowing us all the fuck up. Because
you have your own tent.
Yeah,
we can't eat as much because we have to make sure you have food.
Yeah,
or you have enough. Yeah, there's definitely some jealousy and some bitterness there about Orin's favored status, which is not Orin's fault, but Orin doesn't do anything to help it either.
Yeah.
So, and then the yelling of "Save the King's favored."
Oh yeah, that definitely didn't help.
Like, if you were not the favored, how would you? If you were just another saddle, how would you have taken that? I don't blame Miss for being frustrated or bitter about that.
No. Nope, not at all.
And then Miss is also convinced that Midas will save just Orin and fuck all of the other saddles.
And she's not wrong.
Nope, I agree.
Yeah, I don't even think he would care about the guards.
Nope, he would just go after Orin.
Be Orin.
Yeah, fuck Digby, fuck Sale. Yeah. Even Risa would.
Yeah.
No, it would just be Orin.
So, and then we get to, this chapter has been bad so far. This whole
it's been rough.
Set of chapters has been rough so far, but this is probably the worst part. Orin, as they're all fighting, she decides to walk away, and she's standing at the edge of the ship, looking out, trying to find Sale's body. She finds the space where Sale's body was, because you can see the blood.
Yep, she counts the guards. She knows exactly where he should be.
And he
And
didn't just get up and walk away.
No, he was dead. She held him
Yeah.
while he died.
Yeah.
She can't find him.
Nope.
She's
not.
freaking out. She does not like not being able to find him.
So she's looking around for him. She's looking around. So she goes to look for the captain, who is at the bow of the ship, which is the front.
Sure. Ship terms.
I'm assuming, because that's where he was. And she sees probably the worst part of this entire series for me.
This is so rough.
Like, Folk was bad. For me, this was worse.
Folk was bad from Oren's POV.
Yes.
But he was expected.
Yes.
If that makes sense. I did not see this coming
I didn't
when
either.
I first read the book. Oh, that kind of makes me feel better that you didn't see it coming.
Yeah. They have taken sail and pulled him up on the ship and tied him to basically a mast. I don't think that this ship actually has full-on masts.
Well, they don't have sails until
because
now.
It doesn't have sails until now. But sail is tied up to the front of their ship. It is not okay, y'all.
No. His dead body is trussed up.
Yeah.
At the front of the ship. And then some douche canoe yells out, our ship finally has sails, or finally has a sail. And it's so gross. And Oren snaps.
Yep.
And I don't blame her.
This is, we always think she's getting close to a breaking point. We always think she's close. And this is just it for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't blame her at all.
No, she's trying to figure out her grief, her guilt, because she thinks that this whole thing is her fault. If she would have never wished that she wanted to leave,
she's isolated. The saddles won't even talk to her.
Yeah, nobody will talk to her. She has no idea what's about to happen to them, although she can imagine. And unfortunately for her, her imagination is probably not really covering the reality.
Yeah,
because she's been so sheltered.
And this is her friend. It's her first friend. And to see him treated like this, I would have snapped too.
Yeah. But instead of just snapping or shutting down or running away, which is her MO.
It is. 100%. She stalks up to Sail's body.
Yeah.
They don't say stalks. They say walk. But I picture her stalking. Like, she's pissed. She sees Captain Fane. She sees where Sail is. Nobody's paying attention to her. Everyone is ignoring her. Mm-hmm. And she stalks towards his body purely with the intention of getting him down. That's all she wants. She just wants him to rest in peace.
Yeah.
Does not want his body disrespected. She just wants him down.
And this is a huge disrespect with what they're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Massive disrespect.
All of her ribbons come out. And she starts untying.
Mm-hmm. She starts with untying.
And when she can't untie them, the ends of her ribbons become sharp. So she starts cutting instead.
And at this point, one of the other pirates see her, and they try to come up to stop her. And she is unstoppable at this point.
Yeah.
She cuts that pirate's arm. Doesn't cut it off. But her
just
ribbons...
enough to nick it.
Yeah, her ribbons are sharp enough to nick it. Sharp enough to cut through the rope.
It cuts through his gear, which
I'm sure
he
starts
is
bleeding.
Substantial. Yeah. They've probably got furs and stuff on, leathers. And it cuts all the way through to cut his arm. So he, instead of attacking her, grabs onto his arm to stop the bleeding. So this is her final. This was it for her. She is like, I'm done being a good little girl. This is it. We see orange ribbons. Let's see. She cuts him down.
She eventually gets him down, and she uses her ribbons to haul him to
drag him to the side. All the while, the captain is making fun of her. Because originally the other pirates were going to do something, and the captain's like, no, guys, I got this.
Yeah.
And she has all of her ribbons except for two wrapped around Sail. trying to drag him over to the edge of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And those two are keeping the captain away from her.
Yep. So now we can see that she can control the ribbons individually.
Yeah.
We also know that her ribbons are not strong. Her back muscles are sore.
Yeah.
Her ribbons are tired. They feel the cold. They feel the wetness. They feel weighed down with that cold, wet, soggy feeling. And she is struggling to haul Sail's body to the edge.
Yeah.
And she does eventually ask for help because everyone's watching her now. She's made such a ruckus that everyone is watching her. And she looks to the saddles who are watching and asks for help.
And nothing.
Nothing.
Not even.
Not Risa. Not Ra.
I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, the male saddle.
The male saddle.
He looks away.
Yep. And, I mean, we know that they're all traumatized about all this and what's going on, but theirs is more selfish, I think, than hers is, and self-preserving.
100%. They're looking out for themselves.
They're looking out for themselves, and they're like, nope, I'm not helping you because I know what's going to happen if I help you. I am going to get the shit beat out of me, too.
Yeah.
And Captain's already called dibs on Oren. He said, no one else can touch her but me.
She'll be in my cabin.
She'll be in my cabin. I'm going to train her. You guys can have the other 12.
Ugh. Train her.
So the other saddles know that if they help her, it's going to be bad. And it's not going to be as bad for her because it's only, they don't think it'll be as bad for her because only the captain's going to hurt her.
Yeah. Whereas they're getting tossed around between however many other pirates there are.
Yeah. Exactly.
So she begs for help. No one helps her. The captain continues to taunt her.
Yep.
At one point, he looks at the ribbons and says something like, look, boys, it's an actual sex puppet. She comes with strings and everything, which is also just so gross. I cannot wait till we're done with this book and I can stop quoting gross men. In book 3.
I was going to say,
this when we're going to stop.
I don't know about that. It switches from gross men to gross women, but...
God.
But, I mean, he really is the worst. Midas is the worst.
Yeah.
But he's another shade of the worst type of man.
Midas is a more subtle worst.
Yeah. Midas is our narcissist. Captain Fane is just a straight up abuser.
Yeah. He's your classic abuser.
Toxic. Yeah.
I guess if we'll call it that. Like, not that there
he
should
gets
be
off
a
on
class.
The pain, just
yeah.
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 And the dominance. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. I could not, it was not coming out of my mouth.
Eventually, though, Oren, in her weak state, because remember, she's never really worked out. She's been locked in a cage for 10 years. She has no muscles. She does have to eventually use those last 2 ribbons to get Sail's body. To get Sail's body propped up so she can tip him over the edge.
And she's still, Captain Fate is even saying stuff like, you can't even get him over the edge so that you can jump off and ride his body. Is that what you think you're going to do?
Yeah.
Which is not what she wants to do.
Not at all. She just wants him to not be disrespected. She just wants her friend to rest in peace.
Yeah.
And even being in the middle of the Barrens with no actual gravestone is better than what they were doing.
Exactly. And she gets him over the edge. She releases him. And Fane talks about how stupid she is because she couldn't even jump down on her own.
He grabs her ribbons.
He grabs her ribbons and starts dragging her toward his room.
So he has grabbed her ribbons so hard that her back arches.
Yes.
She's in that much pain. Her ribbons are attached to her back. They can feel things. So he's crushed them in his hands and pulling them. So her back is arched. And Oren is sobbing. And all she says is, now you cannot disrespect his body anymore. And Captain Fane, in his disgusting grossness, just growls, quote, fine. Then I'll just have to disrespect yours. And that is where the chapter ends. And I'm so sick of chapters being on stuff like this.
It's fine. It's okay. That's it for this week.
Oren grew so much in these chapters.
She did. She did. And we're going to see our girl growing even more.
We will. Some of it will be boring. I know that some people struggled with some of that growth book. In their defense, this probably could have been a trilogy and not a 6-book series. I get that.
And just so you guys know, there are only 10 chapters left in this book.
Mm-hmm. So 2 more episodes for book 1.
2 more episodes, plus we're going to do a final episode where we just go through the whole thing.
And just recap what our thoughts are.
Exactly. And maybe some spoilers for the rest of the series so far.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for listening to Corks and Cauldron. Be sure to follow us on at Corks and Cauldron on all your favorite socials. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads. It is Corks, like multiple corks, and spelled out, and Cauldron, just one cauldron.
And if you enjoyed the episode, please rate and review us. Share with your book besties and everyone else. It's the best way to spread the word and help our podcast grow, because Corks and Cauldron is a self-funded labor of love, and your support helps keep the magic alive.
And our glass is full.
So join our Patreon community today at patreon.com/corksandcauldron, and maybe even treat us to a bottle of wine.
Our next episode will drop next Thursday. We'll deep dive into chapters 30 through 35.
Yes. And until then, eat,
Drink,
and get lost in a good book.
Cheers.